Sorry guys, technical difficulties. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm gonna go update the thread on Facebook. Had to reboot the GoPro, of course. Just tuning in. Oh, hey, Quimby, what's happening? I'm just getting set up. Sorry, technical difficulties as always. The GoPro is not happy with me. And I just gotta find my own post because I said I'd update the thread. And there it is. And then I'll be right with you guys. Okay, posted. Trey, Luke, Quimby, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Let me know if anything's wrong. I'm watching on my iPad. Can I have chat open at the same? Nope. Okay, we'll just leave it alone. Sorry, still setting things up like always, last minute, of course. You know, copying drives, making guns, light guns, that is. If the three-letter agencies are watching / listening, which they usually are. All right, let's just jump into it. I was gonna try to get some DRM-free music going just so we can jam out a little bit, but I don't know if that's necessary. But yeah, hit me. Just throw some questions at me in the chat if you got anything. But I'm gonna get to the teardown because this takes a while because there's a lot of screws. Oh, thanks Trey for the thumbs up on stuff. So I'll just start tearing this thing apart. So Trey, you've got these guns as well, I think. How far did you get? Did you tear them all the way down or tear them apart? At least one of them, I would think. And see what we're into. And there might be a portion tonight where I have to go off camera to drill. I think I got to drill 4 holes. I was going to do 2 buttons here. And I got, on this gun, I'm going to use the G16 connectors. So this is a like aircraft grade connector that's popular in the Gun4ir Discord channel. So this is the side I would put in the gun. 6 pins, 4 for USB, 2 for power, and then they're keyed so they go like that. So that would be the connection. So this would be in the gun and this would be on the cable, and then that way I can have one cable for all my guns. And then, oh, that also has a screw type connector. So wow, you can really lock this thing down if you wanted to. So yeah, that's nice. But anyway, that's the idea. I'm gonna put this side in the gun if I can. Instead of, my current gun has the USB-C socket plus a power socket. So we'll see. I think I want to do the other way and see what's better, which I prefer. And keep tearing this thing down. Because this gun is pretty complicated. I might have to go run and get my other one that's done for reference at some point tonight, just to remember what I did. Yeah, I'm going to put those in there. Take these out. My test wires. Wide-angle lens. Try to keep things clean. gotta try with all the different guns. It'd be nice to just switch, you know, with one cable. Basically leave the cable permanently plugged into the arcade and just plug in the different guns you're using. In theory. I would assume hot swap would work, but, you know, USB does USB things sometimes. Okay, got all those. Got that one. There's like 50 screws in this thing, guys. I'm sorry. It's going to take a second. Maybe I should have pre-tore it apart. And some of them pop right out and some of them stay in the chassis. So you got to like wait till you flip it over. Oh yeah, that one was a spinny one. A soldering iron for now. And someone else commented having the wire come out of the butt of the gun wouldn't be very ergonomic, but I found it to be just fine. When I shoulder it, I have it basically in the center of this orange part down here. I don't hit the wire at all on my other one, so I think I'm going to try to put it in the exact same spot. Oh, that reminds me, I was going to try to find my hole punch so the drill bit didn't wobble. I got to find that. Okay, that one. Nope. I wish I could use my drill on these, but these screws are too small. Hey Jim, what's happening? Jim, the 3D printed parts are complete on that other gun, though the left side of the slide didn't come out perfect, so I might reprint that while I'm at work tomorrow. But the rest of the parts I need for it should be getting here tomorrow too, so hopefully that'll be the next one. Alright, let's try to gently knock out as many screws as we can. There we go, got a few. The nice thing is I still have some extras from my other gun, because as you'll see in here, there's even more once you get inside. Oh man, this thing doesn't even feel loose yet. Come on. Oh, there we go. Got that piece of trim off. There we go. So what I'm doing is trying to gently separate it. Ow. Keyword gently. I'm sure we'll find some stuff I forgot to take apart. Are these guys fully... Oh, this one. These guys down here were still tight. That's why I wasn't separating. It's loose. It's loose. How about now? Oh, there we go. That's better. And now this... If I remember right, this has to come apart. Oh, there we go. So the bottom... this piece right here attached to this button for reload, so you can slam fire, like just hit it and that's your reload, and then there's this spring on it, so we got to keep track of that. Oh, that's right, this cover has screws. This thing's got so many screws. I think these were captive, if I remember right, because this is where the battery goes on the original, a laser tag rifle, I should say. This J Cougar 831, this is a recoil brand laser tag rifle. So there's your original 6 AA's, and then oops, here, more screws falling out. And so this was, you know, just like a kid's game for laser tag. But the cool thing is, the reason I bought it, and it didn't even work out, I thought I could reuse the recoil mechanism inside. because it was a really cool recoil mechanism. That's why I bought this. You know, the name of it's recoil, and then on the inside it has a motor driven, like cyclical, super fast recoil. However, because it's motor driven, Gun4ir, the circuits really don't play nice with it. So it was kind of a loss. I had an idea to make it work because it needs, what's 6 times 1.5? 9 volts of energy, and so that's like a weird amount of electricity for Gun4ir. And I was gonna run just the recoil off of battery power, off of rechargeables, and then have a USB circuit to recharge the batteries. But that didn't work out either. It was possible, but it wouldn't be reliable, in my opinion. Or it's beyond, I should say, if someone smarter than me could probably figure it out, but I didn't think I could make it reliable. Oh yeah, that one was still tight. That's what I'm fighting. "5 days and counting, Jim. I wish you good luck. My kids have 2 days left, 1.5. They got a half day on Wednesday, and then they're done. So may the force be with you on your remaining 5 days. Oh, that's super tight. Oh man, that's a tall screw. Where's Larson? That's what she said. I think those guys are racing right now. I thought I saw them try to do some Dirt 5 is the new game. Holy cow, man. Let's go. Feels like it's just spinning. Nope, I think that still needs out. Missing here. There's a way to get this piece, basically has to pull backwards, if I remember correctly. So we're so close. This thing's, as you can see, is opening up. Working for a school district and never get a day off, man. That's like worst of both worlds. What's up with that? Go. Some pieces. There we go. This goes backwards, I think. Well, I'm gonna need to find my ohm meter too. I didn't have that. I might have to go grab that real quick, because we gotta test continuity on some stuff once we get in here. What am I fighting here? Tell me it's still this screw. Oops. Plastic bits. Now are you gonna come free? There's no way this screw can be this long. It's got to be just spinning. Yeah, this is holding it on. I got to get this off. I just don't remember how this piece comes off. You didn't think getting into the gun would be the hard part, did you? No screw there. Oh, there's one back here. Is this it? Oh yeah. Step 1, unscrew all the screws. Oh, cool, they're playing Evil Dead now? They were talking about Dirt 5, but it was on sale, I think. If anybody wants to get Dirt 5, it's like 17 bucks, I think I saw it was, on Steam. What the heck am I fighting here? Oh, another screw. I swear I've done this before, guys. I think there's just this one part up here. Oh, there we go. That did something. Yep, there we go. So that wanted to stay together really bad. I swear I've had this apart though, because I need to get in here to route. This is where the butt of the gun goes in, so I was going to put the G16 and I need to route the wire through here. Oh, there's a hole right there. I might be able to... Nope, there's a pinch connector. So on the original gun, I tore out these metal contacts for the battery connectors because I wasn't using them, and I route my wires through these holes. So I'm probably going to do that the same again. And then now this should come apart. Maybe. Because there's a screw underneath this thing right here. Was probably holding this whole thing together. Yep. There we go. Get all these. Now that you've got to be careful because sometimes, yeah, look at this. There's wires going across. So these are your buttons. So I'm gonna try to use these wires still, so I'm going to cut it right at the base. You can just cut your wires because you're not reusing the circuit board or this connector, so we can reuse these wires. We don't need these because this is your power stuff, so we can just rip that out. And then I believe these wires, yeah, so this is an infrared receiver, part of the laser tag system, so we don't need these. Cut that out, and this whole board's coming out anyway. So here's the recoil mechanism. This piece right here, I think I got the other one. Always save your pieces. So this is from the old gun. This is the recoil mechanism. So there's a motor. Oh, do I have any screws in here? I could take this apart. I could show you what this thing looks like. Maybe. Oh, there we go. So that's what's inside here, and this motor spins, drives these gears, and makes this plunge super fast. Can you guys see this? And that's what drives the recoil system on the original, and it feels really good and it's really fast, but Gun4ir can't drive this easily, unfortunately. So we're gonna not use that again, and I got to take all this stuff out. Take out this recoil motor. And I think Ray did this exact rifle as well, and then there's basically this exact brand has handheld pistols as well. Yeah, Jim, I'm going to run all my guns at 12 volts just so I don't avoid, you know, burny, smoky smell when I plug them in, because I'm definitely going to forget if something's a different voltage. And I converted the outputs on my arcade to be 12 volts. So everything's going to be 12 volts. And Ray gave me these. I don't know if they're upgraded, but they're definitely different than the second batch I got from him. This is the solenoid I'm running that I've got in the other rifle, and it's loud and it's strong and it's fast. So this is a 12 volt 0.4 amp 400 mA 10 millimeter 25 Newton force push-pull solenoid. Highly recommend that. I think, yeah, 1039B on Amazon. They run like 12-13 bucks. Or I'm sure if you want to make sure you get the right thing, just call Ray. He's probably got a bunch of them. Adwalla, thank you. That means a lot. I'm, here, hold on a second if you're still on stream. After this gun, this is next. I don't, my slide came out a little rough, but, other than that, I should have the screws and the buttons tomorrow for this guy. So, thanks for doing this, and I can't wait until version 2 because I'd like to have a D-pad on here. That'd be cool. So, if anybody doesn't know, I believe it's because the icon is the same as Discord. Adwalla is the guy, and excuse me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but he's the one that came up with the Oddcon 1, this gun. So, pretty cool, dude. I love it. And I can't wait for version 2. So that's next. So Jim, if you're still in the chat, that's your guy. He's the one that came up with your new favorite gun that you've been following me. Alright, let's keep getting this solenoid out of here. I think we should be close to getting it free. What's up with this screw? Come here, buddy. There we are. Alright. Oh, we can preserve the connector on that guy. Might use those wires though. Alright, now what else? Okay, so we got a nice run for this button. We can take this out. This is actually kind of cool. I was hoping to reuse this somehow on the other build, but I couldn't figure out a way. This is a headphone jack. I forgot what accessory. So the recoil rifle, you plug in. Oh, yeah, that's right. It was like body sensors or something. Plugs into the bottom for like hit detection. So that's what that was. It's even got a little ferrite core magnet on it. And then this was another, I don't know if this is infrared blaster or receiver. Hey, Adwalla, you're welcome, man. I really love the gun project, and I can't wait to build some more of them. So I will keep my eye out for V2. It looks like you're close. Yeah, Jim, I'm pretty sure he's working on it. I saw somebody basically with the version 1 of the gun with a D-pad and some other revisions. It looks like they might even be adapting to this style of a button, like a little smaller button. Or that could be someone else making mods. I don't remember. I was trolling the Gun4ir Discord pretty heavy today, so I might be getting mixed up. Okay, so that's our. There's an infrared receiver and an LED up here, and again, we can hardly use any of this stuff. But this little cone thing, this is some sort of infrared blaster, I believe. You got to take this out because that's this part right here. This hole is where the wide-angle lens adapter goes. And my furnace just started up, so I apologize if you can't hear me or hear me as well. But the audio test last night, the guy said they could hear me. Alright, so we got to start cutting some wires here. So let's cut this off. Just try not to cut stuff we're going to reuse. That. This. And let's see, not that. And one of these, there's a button somewhere. Oh, here it is. This was the button I want to preserve. This guy right here. So that's already good. So we can cut these off because this is just an infrared receiver. Alright, I'm going to put the trigger up here because that always falls out. And this is kind of nice too with the design of this. The front part of this, you know, comes out, which is pretty nice because then you can glue in the wide angle adapter really easily. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these wires off since we don't need them. get this board out of here. We don't need this. And then these blue wires are the white and blue. So this is the trigger button down here. Looks like that switch is coming out a little bit. There we go. So we want to reuse these. So we'll tape these up. And we'll get this board out of the way. Sam Revolt. Okay, I'll have to look him up. Yeah, you guys were posting some cool stuff. I was scrolling like a madman today in the Discord. Yeah, the 3D printer section of the Gun4ir Discord. That's where all the action is. For sure. Alright, let's take out this headphone jack. And then this guy, we'll reuse the wires, but that whole thing we don't need. Okay, so now we're down to everything we need and nothing we don't. I forgot to grab my camera. Oh, actually, it's in the Oddcom. I'll grab it out of there. That's what I'm going to use right now. It's just test fitting. There we go. There we go. Now, if I can find my super glue and make sure this is clean. There we go. So what I like to do is I have this lens adapter. Just make sure I got the right side. There we go. So I 3D printed this. I think I found this on Thingiverse. It's just the lens adapter for the IR camera, so you can screw it on there. And the threads are a little weak on this side, but that's okay because I want to be able to take it apart anyway. So that's your whole package deal. And then I super glue the actual wide angle lens in there, but that means you can still unscrew the camera. So that's how I make it, so you can, because you always want to build it so you can take it apart, because stuff's gonna fail, stuff's gonna break. You want to anticipate that. So that's how I did the other one. That's why we're going to do this one. Alright, so let's get some cleaner, because this is a perfect time to clean it. Put some Windex on it. Microfiber action. There we go. And then crazy glue and set sauce. Oh, of course that went for flying. Uh-oh, getting low on the spray. So I got lucky last time and didn't get any on the lens. So what I did was I put 2 drops on the edge and then tossed it in there. And then I came around the outside. I'm just going to put a tiny little bit. So that's what I'm doing, just to mount it in there. And then to make it set immediately, I throw a little bit of this stuff inside the plastic bit. The only problem with that is you got to be extra sure your stuff is lined up, because you got like a nanosecond. There you go, something like that, and that's pretty much already set. So what I did was, after that, I added a couple drops on the outside. I don't even know if I need to, because I got 4 in there this time. Oh yeah, that's not going anywhere. Because the only thing is, it's going to have a lot of torque on it, because you're wrenching on this, you can tighten this thing down. And see, that's already set because this is pretty tight. And then I can just put the camera in there and spin it around. And then that way, if I remember correctly, the top, see how this is labeled top? And then you've got your LED for your camera. That needs to be towards you, like facing up, if I remember correctly. So I'm just gonna get it in there tight. And then that's it. I think I did glue that wire down just to keep her down. And I put the, I want to say I put the, I'm going to try to see if I can put, no I can't, because the rumble motor I put in this section here. I filled it with hot glue and I kind of imprinted it. And then I came back and super glued it in there. So it kind of made a mold with hot glue. And then came back and super glued it in on the old one, or generation 1. Oh, that's nice, Quimby. You're gonna have Omega soon. Congratulations. All right, now where'd my Pro Micro go? Oh, here we go. So what I was doing for the USB-C thing is I had this USB-C to micro USB adapter. So I would toss that in the Pro Micro. And I'm trying to be careful because last time I threw one of these in there, they were a tight fit and I just ripped the socket right off. Was not paying attention. And then what I did was I did USB-C to socketed USB-C. And surprisingly for data, this works fine. Because even though it's like 4 connections, it was still good. So this is what I ended up doing before, is I had the Pro Micro in here and I had the USB-C running out the bottom. But this time, because I'm going to be doing a custom G16 connector, I might tear up, well I bought extras. So I have 3 10-foot USB, micro USB cables. So I might just grab that, or I think I might have some other cables I can use, because I only need, you know, a foot. I need to go from here to down here, because this part is like this. So I just need a little bit of wire, because it'd be nice if I could keep this, for space reasons, up here a little bit more, because before it ended up back here and it got a little tight, but it wasn't that bad. I could even push it all the way back here. Like I said, the only space constraint is that's where I like to put the rumble, because it's right next to the grip, so you can actually feel it. Because the rumble's not that strong. It's like the lighter motor in the Xbox controller, I think, for power reasons. Okay, so we got that. Can take this off for now. Yeah, Quimby, I got direct output framework working pretty good on VPX and FX3. I assume FX2 will be fine, but I haven't tested it yet, and MAME is pretty much dialed in as well. Ah, good stuff. Okay, what are we gonna do next? Let's tear out these guys. Here it is. So I have a wire path. So this gives me a nice little doorway into the shell. There we go. I don't think I need the battery cage. I don't think I used that. I was going to in the beginning. Let me set that aside for now. Oops. Don't want to use an Ethernet cord just to have a I will have a single cord coming out, SPR22. My plan is to use a G16, and then well, I will have two. I'll have USB and one of these power cables, but then I sleeve it in this and use heat shrink, so it looks like one cable. So 2 cables inside of this. Uh, 1 to 10 difficulty. So the first build was rough. I tried to make my own circuit for this guy right here for the solenoid, and the MOSFETs I got were a little not what they were supposed to be, and I blew up my Pro Micro. But now that I've got Ray's, you know, RPEG Electronics, this is his kit. So this is how it comes, guys. I don't know if you're familiar, but the solenoid's wired straight to the solenoid power. Basically, this is a power regulation circuit. And then I have to go back and remind myself 2 of these are voltage in, one's data, and one's ground. So you got your positive, negative, data, and ground. And I think I was surprised last time. I think green is actually data and white is ground, or vice versa. I got them backwards. So those are some cables you can get backwards, and it's survivable. Don't flip your positive and negative, though. So to get back to your question, I would rate this build. It's pretty high. I would say it's a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'd say that, because the next thing I need to do, I can start wiring in my buttons, combining my grounds. And I guess, let me see if I've got a USB cable that I can tear apart that's long enough. What about this guy? Ooh, this might be... Oh, but it looks like it's power only. Is there data pins in here? I was using this for something. Oh, there is data wires in here. Well, hello. So is this going to be long enough? Kind of. Because then I don't need my adapter. Yeah, maybe I can get away with putting that right there. Or even right here. That's kind of nice. I think I ended up cutting a piece of this plastic out so this laid flat, like right in here on my other gun. And then I kept this wire through there. And while I'm thinking about it, I got to tear out these metal pieces for wire path. That's right, there's some power wires in here. So Ray was able to reuse this switch, but there's a logic board on here, and I forget, he told me how to do it, but I forgot how to bypass the logic to reuse the switch. I might be too lazy to do that, because like I said, I drill my own holes up here. I do 3 additional, plus there's this one, so I have 4 buttons up here, and one of them is a D-pad. So I got plenty of buttons on this thing with trigger, reload, and then 4 buttons. The only other thing I might add to this one, since I won't be able to just unplug power to kill the recoils, I've got a switch. It's actually a 3-mode switch, but I can use it as a 2-position to kill recoil, because it is loud. So if I'm like trying to stream using this gun, I might try to put this switch somewhere to turn the recoil on and off. I need to get in here. I know there's a way to pull this slide off. Use a screwdriver. That feels awful. How did I get this off? What is the secret? I swear last time it just folded backwards, but then there's this thing in the way. Am I just being too gentle with it? Trey, did you do this? Eric, I agree with you. Need a build video for that odd con. Oh, there it goes. You pull them straight. So you pull them straight this way if you've got this gun. You just go like that. And see, there's that circuit board. See, one of them, it's marked 3 volt LED negative and 6W or something. I couldn't make heads or tails of the logic on this, so I didn't use it. But we're going to keep the wires in case all of a sudden inspiration strikes. And I'm going to tear out these things, because I don't need them. They're great places to run wires. Come on. There we go. Okay. So this was the other thing I need to finish. Basically removing a little bit of plastic up here to run some wires. So they don't pinch. There you go. Other half. Keep those wires for now. Okay, so we got space to run wires through these holes. Let's clean up our mess. All right. So this side, I like to keep the sides straight because there's a screw that goes through this one, so that goes over here. So that clips in place. So now I can try to feed this wire through here and see how much slack I've got. I might want to make sure I have enough room for this G16 before I button this up, because this should be the only wire I need. Oh no, plus the power, so I'll go in through the other side for that. There we go. And there, right down there. That's plenty of wire. See, and then there's even channels built in, so you don't pinch it. Tape this down out of the way for now. That didn't really work. And some electrical tape. Got painter's tape right here. That'll work for now. There we go. Plenty of space. And this guy comes right up here. That's where my G16 will be. Okay. So now I think I need to drill a hole, and I'm sorry guys, my drill press is right over there and I'm afraid to move this camera because it's just kind of man-engineered up there. It's kind of a small miracle. So I think I'm going to drill this hole and I'll be right back. I'm going to use something for an approximate spot, because it doesn't really matter. Just I kind of want it in the center down here. Like I said, I need to find my hole punch so my bit doesn't wander. I thought it was over here. Things you meant to do last night didn't get to. Maybe not. Well, I got a Sharpie. It's halfway there. Oh, and we're pretty close to needing these. I found my wiring pin out. Oh, and I was thinking ahead. Here's my Sharpie. So let's see here. Oh, good thing I checked. There's internal structures under here, so we should go forward and be in this forward compartment, because I don't want to hit these things and have to dig that out, because this might end up in my shoulder. Let's be right here. There, that kind of works out. I can do that. Out to it because it's rubber, but right there-ish. Do a size check. Yep. Okay, be right back, guys. I'm gonna drill this hole right here. If I scream, I cut my finger, so I let my wife know. Of course, it's too low. Hold on 1 second. Perfect. Okay. I think we're going to need it a little bigger, but that's what, so I'm using a step bit, but I just wanted to see what the size looked like before I went any further. Oh, sweet, unwelded. So is that going to be on your YouTube channel for your build? Oh my gosh, it looks like I measured. I totally measured that. You guys saw me, right? Oh, so that goes in from the oh, I get it. Oh, there's like a little lock ring here. Sorry, this is my first G16 connector. Oh, cool. So that's going to stick out like that?